We're back with another AMC Moon Phase video. AMC DD you absolutely cannot get anywhere else. Today we will be going over GameStop games, AMC, SPY, Tesla, Bitcoin, DJT, and BB to kind of see what we see coming next based upon the moon phases. I'm Jason Alexander, Blue Moon and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. And today you're watching the Market Moon Lord. All right, so I totally feel, I would say 95% better. It's been a journey of recovery. I feel like I've never been this sick this long, but nevertheless, it looks like everything got a full moon drop as far as GameStop and AMC, and everything else got more like a full moon pop. So that does lead me to believe that AMC and GameStop are on their way to recovery. Simply because typically they would get a bounce around this time after it fell into the full moon. 3 days before, 3 days after, we start seeing the trend change, right? So we can clearly see it on GameStop that it did have a nasty full moon drop, and it's been kind of dropping a little bit 3 days after, and then now we have this little bit of an indecisive candle, and I do expect it to start bouncing. AMC started dropping a couple days before the full moon. That's why I said it looked like we're going to have a full moon drop. And on the full moon, it does look like it had a 7% drop. But since that full moon, it does look like we have another opportunity for that full moon to be the bottom. We see on that last full moon, that's kind of where it bounced until after the next phase on that new moon, it started heading down again. And then you can see on this full moon that it definitely bounced into that full moon and had like almost a V-shaped recovery. And this one kind of looks like it could be the same exact situation, which leads me to believe that the next new moon, we should be definitely above 4 and potentially looking for a strong recovery back to 5, starting on that next new moon phase. That's what I'll be looking for. But I do think for many reasons that we were at the bottom of this phase. It does look like it went down to the ×3 band for the VWAP, and it bounced off that. So to me, that is a good sign because it also went inside the lower Bollinger Bands, and I do think that Monday we should see a little bit of a green day, and I would say we want to be around that new moon. I'll be looking for us to be around $4 again, but that new moon is over a week away. Okay, so the same thing with GameStop. I do think that I'm looking forward to start recovery. Now, when we look at the rest of the market, we could kind of see, yes, it had full moon pops, but nothing really got back to the last full moon, other than, yeah, it's like everything's kind of right underneath the last full moon, other than DJT. We know why that is, and I guess BB as well. Okay, so to me, it does look like we could potentially start kind of stalling out an overall market before we see another pump into that new moon potentially, or maybe Trump just pumps the whole market tomorrow. That is definitely a possibility, but we haven't passed the last full moon, so it kind of makes me feel like that. Maybe it starts losing momentum soon because we are 3 days after that full moon. But we'll start looking at everything individually. Okay, and I'm also going to look at AMC's astrology chart because I also see something interesting on that as well. Okay, so yeah, I just told you what I think about SPY. Besides, definitely in a good moment here. Has the indecisive decision on the daily, and it just started squeezing green on the MACD, so that's a good sign. It looks like it just broke trend too, and it's above that trend line. I can kind of see it right there. Okay, so I mean, I would say it might test that trail line again before that new moon, and then pop into that new moon potentially, but we'll see what happens on Monday on that. Tesla, I want to make Tesla bigger real quick. I might make a whole video on Tesla. Tesla did claim the daily VWAP, which is definitely a good sign, and we did talk about Tesla continuing the pop after that full moon, and it does look like it's on the uptrend and it's above our trail line that we have here, and it looks like it might squeeze green on the daily any moment here, so Tesla could be getting ready for a big move, and Tesla does tend to move into the full moon or into the new moon. You can see here new moon, and it peaks out around the new moon. You kind of see that all over the Tesla chart. Okay, so yeah, that's looking pretty interesting. And then let's see, Bitcoin. See, this is one of the tricky ones because Bitcoin definitely had a full moon pop, and it's been going since, but it's not over the last full moon phase, and we still have plenty of this phase left. So don't get me wrong. But we definitely want to see it break the highs over here before that new moon, so we don't have to say, oh, we're looking for a big drop again, okay? Like a double top. Let's hope that the V plays or the W plays out on that. But yeah, after that full moon, we did see a little bit of an increased volume on Bitcoin. It's kind of maintaining that volume. And yeah, so we'll have to see what happens after that, okay? DJT. So we all know this is definitely a news event type play at this point. We could see on that full moon and had a nasty, what was it? Wow, that's strange. It's not showing me what it was. That candle is. Oh yeah, it is 20%. Wow. Okay. 20% full moon pop, and it's been holding those levels pretty good, making a simple bull flag. And I would say that Trump is more of a full moon mover, but obviously we have news, and yeah, I could definitely see this. I'm definitely holding calls. I definitely see this hitting 50 this week just because of the news, and it's been having volume since that full moon. All right, so Trump's looking super spicy, but it could be sell the event news. Again, Trump does like to pop on the full moon. It's not necessarily a new moon stock, but you can see here, it had a little dip into that new moon and kept running. Yeah, it doesn't really pop on new moons too often. But again, we have a long time for that new moon. We're still kind of playing out the phase of after this full moon. So yeah, I'm holding a lot of calls for actually this week on Trump. Okay, so this is a big week for me on Trump. BB. Okay, we talked about it, holding my, hold on. Okay, that makes sense. That's not BB. This is BB. Okay, so I told you I'm bullish as long as it stays within this box where we filled the imbalance here. It had a pop into this full moon. It popped 3 days after. That's like perfect time for a pullback. So I'm looking for a slight pullback, but staying within this box. So to me, this is a buy zone, and we are looking for a nice little pump, probably around the time that AMC GameStop pump around that new moon. Hopefully, we'll start seeing some good energy going into that. Okay, so let's take a quick look at AMC's astrology chart. All right, here's a sneak peek into the new moon because I already had it up. That's going to be on the 29th, so we have 10 days for that. But look at where it falls on AMC. We're going to go over that later, but we could clearly see that AMC has a lot of first house energy right here. We have Mercury conjunct the moon, or Mercury conjunct Pluto in the sky on top of AMC's ascendant, which definitely can show a powerful news-related event. And then we also have the new moon happening in AMC's first house, hitting Uranus, will definitely can show volatility type energy because Uranus represents explosions. Okay, so this new moon is at a nice position on AMC, but I do want to show you what's going on right now. Okay, so I do have Tuesday pulled up for AMC. So we just had news on AMC about the completing dilution. I want you to see where the sun is on this chart, okay? It's right on AMC's ascendant. When they completed the dilution, it was literally right on top. And I just want you guys to make a mental note of that. I've talked a lot about how AMC has Venus on the ascendant, and AMC ascendant is also 0 degrees Aquarius, very powerful position. And when we have things going over that, it's definitely a time where we could take note. And I mentioned, obviously, when Pluto was here, that we're going to see a lot of activity on AMC. Is still there on Wednesday, on Tuesday, we have the moon meeting Pluto there in the first house. To me, this could definitely be a mark of volatility, a mark of more indication of more news. Meanwhile, Mercury is right around the same area, making an opposition to Jupiter, which is expansion with news energy. So I very much look forward to this week. We also have Mercury squaring Venus. Now that's not typically a positive transit. However, whenever we get Mercury hits on AMC, it's always to me a time where we could hear news, or there'll be a lot of news on AMC. Okay, so I am gonna leave it there for that. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I know the last few phases have not been fun for us with the drops. Ever since we had this moment here where things were lining up perfectly and Adam delivered us, it's been a nasty situation, right? But that's part of the game. Only the strong survive. I do believe they're running out of time. I do believe Trump coming to office is good for us and bad for them. So I'm very much looking forward to 2025, and I will be with you guys all the way. I may be dropping a Tesla, BB, and DJT video individually tomorrow or maybe later today. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys want to continue getting TDD like this and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching and supporting by hitting the like button. Until next time, I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the religious life. For watching Mark Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Peace.